before we start, I'd like to give a big shout out to my guy AFC Fan HD for writing the keyword of last video. If you guys don't know, the keyword appears at the end of the video, the very end, and then if you type that, you earn a shout out. Okay, let's run through the viewers' predictions. For Fulham Arsenal, the viewers put Arsenal to win, as you can see on the screen, resoundingly 3-1 actually. For Palace versus Southampton, the viewers actually gave it to Southampton 2-1. For Liverpool Leeds, Liverpool won 2-1 through the viewers' predictions. However, I rate the guy that put a draw because Liverpool almost lost points to Leeds. For West Ham Newcastle, the majority was a draw on this occasion. For West Brom Leicester, only 2 people voted and it ended up being a split between a draw and a Leicester win. So on this occasion, I took the comments. So thank you to Shalnak, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who put Leicester to win on this game. So I took their prediction. If you want your prediction to be taken in the event of a draw, leave your own predictions in the comments below, and I might do that if a draw or a split decision is made for the viewers in the straw poll. For Spurs versus Everton, all 3 votes were given as a draw. For Sheffield United versus Wolves, 2 were given to Sheffield and 1 was given to Wolves. And finally, for Chelsea versus Brighton, the edge was given to Chelsea here on 2 votes to 1. So what were the results? Well, going down, Arsenal won the first game, then Palace, then Liverpool, then Newcastle, Leicester, Everton, Wolves and Chelsea. And if we tally up what was the results and the prediction by myself and the viewers, I won 5-4, so I took the first match week. So lads, let's get into match week 2 then. I just about took match week 1 5-4. Newcastle saving me there as I put them to beat West Ham, which actually did happen 2-0. But let's get on to match week 2 now. A chance for the viewers to claw back and even the scores at 1 apiece. So we start with Everton West Brom. Wow, Everton, outstanding result at Spurs. They did really well. I honestly did not think Everton were going to gel that well in the first game. James was outstanding. He probably should have got an assist because Richarlison missed so many chances. So I'm going to put Everton to beat West Brom here. They tried their best at Leicester, but by the time the second half came and by the time Leicester got the first goal, they just ran away with it. And West Brom really had no hope. Okay, going on to Leeds versus Fulham. 2 promoted sides. Leeds were unlucky at Liverpool. I mean, they scored 2 pens to win the game, Liverpool, with Salah netting both. So I don't think Fulham are going to get 2 pens at Leeds this time. They're at home. I see Leeds taking this one pretty comfortably. I see Fulham as relegation, in a relegation scrap just because of how they played against us. They really provided nothing. Now Man United Palace. Now this is interesting because normally everyone would say United are going to win this game, but Palace have had a game here. This is United's first proper competitive match. Palace have already had one under their belt. So I see Palace actually nicking a point here at United. They're up to speed with the Premier League. United are not. They've got a bit of a disadvantage here, United. And I think Palace will actually manage to nick 1 point, maybe even get the win, but I'm going to say a draw here. Okay, Arsenal West Ham, the last game on a Saturday. It's a tough game to predict. Aubameyang just re-signed literally 30 minutes before we're making this video, which will give us a boost, no doubt. I'm hoping we beat West Ham because that means 6 points out of 6, which was what we did last year, although it kind of went wrong from there. But I think West Ham are in disarray. They looked awful against Newcastle. I know they hit the bar twice, but other than that, Newcastle just blew them away. So I see us taking all 3 points here at home. Hopefully Aubameyang next a couple more goals as well to catch up to Salah because Salah already got a hat-trick. Next, Southampton Spurs with Southampton at home. Tough game to predict. My heart says that Southampton are going to beat Spurs, but knowing Mourinho and knowing that he just would not allow for what happened at Everton, against Everton to be repeated, he's just going to set up his team to blow away Southampton. And I think Spurs need to. After what happened at Everton, it just was not good enough at all. It was disgraceful, really, the way they played. I saw players walking back. At one point, Richarlison went away from 6 Tottenham defenders at once. He was literally pinned in the corner, managed to escape. It just wasn't good enough. The new signings, Doherty and Højbjerg, were atrocious. So I think Spurs need to get points here. So I'm going to So I'm going to go for a draw. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they'll manage to get a point. Right, Newcastle, Brighton. Brighton were unlucky against Chelsea. If they had an actual good striker, they actually might have won the game. They managed to get back in it, and then Reece James hit an absolute worldie, and then Chelsea just ran away with it afterwards. But Brighton could have got something from the game, although they're away now against Newcastle. Newcastle did well against West Ham, and I actually see them winning again here. I predict them to do very well this year, as people saw in my predictions video for the table, and there was some backlash for it. But I rate Newcastle. I love Alan St-Maximin. He's such an amazing winger, and I think he's going to do some more damage against Brighton here. Right, the big game of the weekend. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Very, very tough to predict. Two teams going for the title. Chelsea at home, which is a big factor. Now, against Brighton, Chelsea didn't actually play Thiago Silva, Malang Sarr, or Chilwell. Or even Ziyech is injured, I think, or Pulisic as well. Havertz was average at best. I didn't see him do much, to be honest. Liverpool, at the same time, though, they didn't really play that well at Leeds. They scored a lot, but they looked leaky at the back. And if you give Werner those chances that you gave to Leeds, I mean, if Leeds scored 3, imagine how many Chelsea are going to score. So it's tough, man. Chelsea are at home. I see this. I don't want to be boring, but I see this as a draw. Both teams could win it. I think neither will. Right, Leicester-Burnley. Ooh, Burnley's first game back. That's interesting to note. So it might be the same as what happened with Man United. But Burnley, just that team, they're scrappy. When you go to play Burnley, you know what you're in for. You're in for a dogfight. They ain't going to try and play you out the park with their Barcelona-type tiki-taka football. They're just going to rough you up. And I think they could get... I think this game will go down to the wire. And I think if a team does win, it will be by 1 goal. I don't think Leicester are going to run away with this 3-4-0. I think they'll either win 1-0 or Burnley might manage to nick a point here. And actually, I'm going to go for a surprise draw here with Burnley taking the point at Leicester. Right, on to the Monday games. Aston Villa, Sheffield United. Sheffield United got roughed up against Wolves. 2-0 within, I think it was the first 6 minutes. Wolves were 2-0 up. I said Sheffield United are going to have second season syndrome, my prediction. I think I put them at 16th even when people say 9th, 8th. Nah, this isn't how it works. They lost their keeper, who was one of their best players, and replaced him with Ramsdale, who you know I do not rate whatsoever. But they're playing Aston Villa, a team that just about survived last season. Oh, I don't want to put another draw, but I really just do think it'll be another draw. Now I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to Aston Villa. I think Grealish re-signing will boost them and give them some hope going into the new season. I don't know if he really wanted to. I don't know why he did. I thought he wanted to move, but no offers were coming in, so he thought he might as well re-sign at Aston Villa. So he did, and I think that will give his team a boost. They got Ollie Watkins from Brentford, which is a great signing. Let's see how he does in the Prem, because it's all different going from the Championship to the Prem. But I'm hopeful for them. I'm hopeful for him. All right, on to the last game. Wolves-Man City, another big game. Last season, this was one of the best games of the season, with Wolves coming from behind to win. Now, it's Man City's first game again. That does play a factor. It really does, because Wolves got that max sharpness. They look good against Sheffield United. I know they scored 2 goals and then kind of took their foot off the gas, but they look really good. And they did win 2-0 away at Sheffield, which isn't an easy thing. I know there wasn't any fans, but still. I think if there were fans here in this game against Man City, Wolves would do so much, because the Molineux can get really raucous. But still, I'm actually going to go for a Man City win here. I think coming back from what the season they had before and how they got absolutely obliterated by Liverpool, they lost at home to teams like to Norwich and even like Southampton, Wolves as well. It just wasn't good enough. And I think Man City are going to come back and they're going to make a resounding performance here at Wolves and win. Right, lads, so that is my predictions. Be sure to check the straw poll below. Last week, 3 people or so did it, and I want even more, so we can have even more people voting, so it's more of the viewers' results. About 50 people watched the video last week, and only like 3 people. That's less than a tenth. So lads, thank you for making it this far in the video. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 400 subscribers. I'm so close. And be sure to check out my previous videos and any future videos I will produce. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.